Oh, that is not supposed to do that thing. Welcome everybody. We are live in a not so guess stellar fashion. Yeah, we're here. Um this week has just been honestly this week has just been weird. So we are live. We are here. This was supposed to be done on Monday. I canceled it for because I was running late and other things and then the things haven't been uploaded on YouTube correctly. So like those that are watching this currently on YouTube, you're like, what? But this isn't right. This is so. It's been amazing. Um, of course, right now, obviously, Twitch is rolling in its 3 minute break, so we're just gonna be yapping for a little bit. As we wait, my heart rate monitor is not on. We're gonna put that back on next week because it's just not working. We're okay, guys. We're okay. We're fine. Everything is fine. Um, some good news on my front, and I'm hoping that things turn out well for me. Um, Went through a unofficial interview for a job that would bring in like good revenue, so that way we could start paying artists for their work, for the emotes. I could do things that I really want to do with the stream, specifically get back Go Light Stream, which means I can simultaneously cast both here and YouTube. Even though I think Twitch is now the new TOS is not letting you say that out loud. So um, it's best to follow me on Blue Sky so that way you know when we go live. And I'm gonna start using that more proficiently and correctly because I feel like I've dropped the ball. I've dropped the ball on a lot of things, guys. This month is just we're halfway through this month, and I feel like I've just done awful. Um, I haven't done a lot of the things I've been wanting to do. Slight little bit of falling into little depression and things not happening with our group over on Rivals and trying to make sure other people are okay and heard and seen, but also like not letting myself get trampled over um, with my thoughts and opinions, um, because yeah, it sucks being told that you know you're wrong um, when you know you're right. But but yeah, we're live. We're doing Resident Evil, Chapter 2 of the whole Resident Evil saga. Um, if if I am hired and I do start working, there's a lot of changes that are going to happen with this stream. We're probably going to knock it down from 5 days a week to probably 2 nights out of the week. And honestly, those 2 nights will probably be on the weekend, and most likely will be um, Friday and Saturday. Um, and then basically stream on YouTube on a Sunday. And I said it again, I stream on the Red app on Tuesdays. We should start calling it the Red app. Well, on the other app we call it the Purple app. Because apparently you can't say the actual names because they just don't want you to anymore. But we are here. We are live. The commercials are done. So let's get to it. We are here because remember, this is all for the pre-recorded true storytelling of this, and I think there are some changes I need to do here, specifically here. I think I have to check. I have to see exactly what is done there. But let's go back with Jill. What I will say, what we will do is on the Discord for those that are in the Discord, is that when we go through the whole saga yet again, basically, in a sense, basically, I'm gonna try to do things the way that we should have done from the beginning. And last time we didn't. Oh crap! Last time I didn't read a single file because I think I was chatting with somebody in here. So what we will do is, I don't need that. What we will do is, should we? Were there a lot of files? No, there weren't a lot of files we grabbed. All right. Let's see. Nope, we don't need to read that one. That's just a manual. All right, Kenneth's film. It's the film that belonged to Kenneth. I need to find a video player to see what's recorded on it. Alright, Book of Curses. I feel like these files were not as long as, like, 0 for some reason. The Four Mask. A mask that speaks no evil, a mask that smells no evil, a mask that sees no evil, a mask that cannot speak, smell, or see evil. When all 4 fall into place, evil will awaken. Cool. Crumpled memo. Today, Sir Spencer told me to hide something where no one could find it. Well, I had this idea. I had this idea. I figured if I could somehow have it protected by a dangerous animal, like a vicious canine that lives here, no one would be able to get near it. As far as I can tell, the mutt is always hanging around the 2nd floor balcony on the west side of the terrace. And he ought to come running at the sound of the dog whistle. This is where you come in. The thing is, I reckon you're the only person that can get near that damn dog without risking serious mauling. Which means only you can put this collar on him. The object that Sir Spencer wants hidden is concealed inside. You're the only person I can trust with this. Of course, you'll get something out of it as well. Remember that certain item you've always wanted to get a hold of? Well, in exchange of your services, I just might be able to get it for you. This could work out well for both of us. John Tolman. Alright, and then the other was botany book. Botany, use of medical herbs, or medicinal herbs. Medicinal. Yeah, medicinal. It is a well-known fact that there exist many plants that are credited with medicinal healing powers. Since ancient times, mankind has been healing wounds and diseases using various plants. In this book, we will sample 3 herbs that are native to the Arklay Mountains and briefly outline each of their medicinal qualities. Each herb has a distinct color and distinct medicinal quality. The green herb recovers physical strength. The blue herb neutralizes natural toxins. However, the red herb has no real effect by itself. We have found that mixing green and red herbs results in a magnified effect. We will outline the effects of red herbs when mixed with other herbs when we have more data. Meanwhile, feel free to experiment on your own, for true knowledge is only acquired through experience. Yeah, that's body disposal. Special instruction for disposal of dead bodies. We have new information regarding those beings. They may appear to be dead, but in fact they are able to come back to life. However, there are ways to prevent them from becoming active again. Currently, there are 2 known methods to cease their resurrection. Number 1, incineration. Number 2, destruction of the head. Herbs. What's up, Shinobi? If further methods are discovered, you will be notified immediately. Meanwhile, to those who still have the will to live, oil has been placed on the 1st floor of the mansion. Take as much as needed, or take as much as you need. You'll need something to light it with, which you'll need to find by yourself. My dyslexia reading these files, or reading anything when it comes to like playing games that needs you to read shit, it comes out when I'm streaming. What's up, Halter of the Vault? Doing well. We are doing a stream that we should have done on Monday, which is unvaulting this game, the Chapter 2 of the Biohazard Saga, The Umbrella Conspiracy, before we vault it up for good. We already did that with Chapter 1, 0 Hour, the last playthrough. So if you did miss any of that, the VODs are here for about 3 months. And if you do not check those out within 3 months, obviously Twitch deletes them. But the VODs will be over on the Red app in the Twitch VODs. However, on the Red app, I will be doing a playthrough, a final playthrough, before completely locking it away for good. Which basically means that will be a playthrough with no commentary audio. I'll be playing it in a way that is best, most cinematic as possible. And yeah, you'll be able to see it like that. So, where did we leave? Researchers will. A letter is slipped inside. The top part of the letter is torn off. The rest of the letter is legible. There we go. That's the word. Alma, I have tried to survive only to see you again, but my efforts only delayed the inevitable. I am infected, and there is no cure for what will follow, except to end my life before I lose the only thing that separates me from them. My love for you. In an hour, I'll have entered my eternal sleep, where there is... In an hour, I'll have entered my eternal sleep, where there is peace. Please understand. Please know that I'm sorry. Martin Crackhorn. Going back to the Red app, original gameplay style. Nice. Yes. The Red app will basically be just no commentary run. And I'll try to play this again in the most cinematic way possible, not as like a let's play first run, but I'll try to make it as if I'm Rebecca Chambers going onto the Elliptic Express for the very first time, or Jill Valentine entering the Spencer Mansion for the very first time, or even outside of the Biohazard series, which is, let's just say the least, if I play Uncharted or Dead Space or any game that is a story-driven game, I will basically go in there with no commentary. Currently, right now, you'll see the Borderlands saga is there. Like, not fully, it hasn't been completed yet, but most of it is there. We're almost done with Borderlands 1 within that Borderlands saga playlist, so you can check that out over on the Red app over there. But I do have to upload the rest of those. And of course, if there are files, I will definitely slow these down and I'll read them, not out loud, because obviously my mic would be muted, but I'll read them in slow enough patterns so that way you can read along, rather than me reading myself and then skipping through and then you don't read it, because everybody's reading speed is different. Yeah, those are the only files I have. Oh god, okay. Oh, I forgot that. Oh, I'm so used to pressing the circle. Okay. I've been playing Resident Evil 2 Remake for so long right now that playing an emblem of a helmet key is carved into the lock. That I'm so used to movement from Resident Evil 2. And also, if you have missed the Dark Pictures anthology that we've been playing with them, yes, this is on the PlayStation 5. This is on PlayStation 5. This is the original GameCube game, remastered for the PS4, then remastered again for the PS5. But yes, I will be running the Dark Pictures anthology, the games that we've been playing with the Fem, over on the Red app one more time, solo, on the hardest settings possible, and we're gonna see what happens. I don't know what's gonna happen. Rebel, what's going on? Yes, I know it's not Monday. I missed out doing this on Monday. I am sorry. Things happened. I had to cancel it. Don't forget to follow me on the Blue Sky socials, because I always make my announcements over there. But we're back with more Resident Evil. What was I doing? Oh, I was doing that. Okay. We're going over. Oops. We're going over here. Rebel, how have you been? It's been a whole week. Welcome back! And yes, Genovi, this will be exciting. Wait, did I have my key? Oh, I did. Oh, son of a bitch! I thought I messed up. We're not doing this room yet. Okay, I believe we got the one in that room. I've been alright. Hopefully the same for you. I've been good. I've been good. We have some slight good news. Had an unofficial interview Wednesday. They reached out to me. They want me to formally apply for the position, which is fantastic. If I get a formal interview next week, then we're back to working full time, which does mean the stream schedule will change up a bit. I'm not gonna lie. It means that most of my streams will be funneled back to my OG schedule, which is streaming on weekends. I'll try to keep most of my storytelling games one day out of the weekend, and then the other day will basically be exclusive to multiplayer streams. While the third day, usually Sunday, will be over on the Red app, either streaming something live, but with no commentary, or uploading things. Probably both, to be honest. But yeah, thank you for the hopeful wishes. I hope so too. It has been quite some time since I have been working, and while I do enjoy streaming 5 days out of the week and then having like my time to decompress and just basically having my freedom, we're in a lifestyle, not lifestyle, that's probably worse. We're in a situation that income is needed to survive, and well, I'm kind of starting to run low on that. So yeah, the doorknob looks like it's ready to fall apart. Go through anyway? Yeah, of course. Nope. You used the armor key. Okay, no, bye. Oh, this room. Okay. Okay, we do have room. So, the title is written as follows: Bring the light of truth to the three spirits. Welcome, Rebel, back to my dyslexia of chats. A picture of a valiant a picture of a valiant wearing a bracelet. It's set in a yellow stained glass. There's a switch here. Press it? No, we're not pressing switches. Picture of a sage wearing a necklace. It's set in a red stained glass. Press the button? No. A picture of a saint wearing a crown. It's set in yellow stained glass. Press the button? No. Alright. Lisa, protected by the three spirits. A picture of a woman wearing a bracelet, necklace, and a crown. There's a switch at the bottom. Press it? No. Alright, green, purple, orange. Don't remember how this went. I think... Ah, yes. Okay, it's like this. Nope, that is not what we wanted to do. Okay, maybe it was these two. I think it was this. Yep, it was. And then the other one, it was 1, 2, 2. All right, I think we're good. I think we got it. Those ravens are gonna be so angry if I got this right. They're not feeding today. All right, will you take the death mask? Yes, we will take the death mask. It's a death. It's a desk. It's a death mask without a mouth. Mask without a mouth. So Rebel, yes, we will be back on Monday. For more Resident Evil. We're not gonna skip next Monday. So long as everything goes according to plan. But again, if there's happens to be any kind of updates that are needed, if you don't have Blue Sky, I also implore you to join the Discord. The link is in the description here as well. I don't think I have my bot set up to say the Discord, but feel free to join the Discord. All of my Blue Sky announcements will always be forwarded and pushed into the announcements tab on the Discord channel, just in case. And I'm getting better at using that, to be honest. Oh, look at all the blood on the screen! But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do as far as scheduling if and when I start working again. That'll all come to light. Whoops! Hello. Why didn't you go to the door? There we go. Of course. Also, Rebel, you'll see like a whole bunch of things. The Discord is still a work in progress, so don't fret. It is not 100% perfect yet, but all the key information you'll find out is there. I do post, and I'm gonna start getting better at posting all the funny clips exclusively from these streams over there first before they reach my socials. Oh. Hey, welcome to the Discord. I just saw the notification. Oh, the raccoon thing was hilarious. I see it. That was funny. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was funny. What was I gonna tell you? I forgot what I was gonna tell you. But if you played the original, you know what this room is. And generally, if you haven't played the original or never played this game at all, well, if I do things correctly, you may not find out. Alright, we're gonna take the dagger, yes. As long as as long as you work them. There are ray traces of something burnt here, and acrid smell permeates the air. You know what I loved about this franchise? As a kid, it forced you to like learn how to say some words. Even as an adult, it forces you to learn new words. Like acrid permeates. Like who says that as a 12-year-old playing this game when it first came out? Or even that earlier, like 9-year-old for the original. Like, geez, this game was definitely made for adults. You know, to go to the dictionary, learn what the word was. Will we take the shotgun? Yeah, we will. Ooh. Will I set the shotgun? No. I was butchering half as a child and as an adult. I'm always butchering words. Let's put the broken shotgun here. Hopefully everything should be fine. Right? 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 Please tell me I'm right. Ah! Well, we're not treated to a lovely cutscene. Maybe in the Red App version, you'll see that. Oh! My cue! Okay, I still have... It's a very nice toilet, but it's huge. Like look how small Jill is compared to this toilet. Jill would definitely fall inside. Look at that. I don't even know if Chris could use it. Maybe Barry. Alright, someone was taking a bath here. It's full of dirty water. Remove the plug? Yeah, let's remove the plug. Oh boy. That's some dirty ass water. Look at his mouth. Question, how should you remove a plug if a zombie was laying on the plug? I don't think the zombie was like fully laying on the plug. Like, the plug was right here, right? And his head... Yeah, from he crawled out, his head was right here. So if she pulled the plug out, then maybe his legs were... Maybe this part of his legs right here where the drain is? I don't know. Maybe. She just threw up. So, kudos to you, Joe. This guy's definitely dead. Ho ho. Does that zombie know where I'm at? Oh, that zombie knows I'm here, doesn't it? The other one doesn't. Is it just gonna... Okay. I just realized no shadows for these zombies. Maybe they're vampires. No doggy, no doggos. Just bark. Wow, that's a lot of herbs here. Will you take the chemical to use on plants? Yes. But what chemical is it? Chemical agent to destroy plant growth. Herbicide. I hate the spot of the game. I got wrecked here the first time I played it because the dogs attacked you. In this area? Like, I don't think they jumped the fence. Did they? Nah. Nah, they're docile. They can. What? Oh, man, they've always been docile with me. I didn't know that. Oof. So glad they didn't do anything there. Okay, so we can't go back that way. So we're gonna go back this way. I think this should be fine. We killed them last time they bumped in here, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, we killed them last time. Yeah, that is interesting. I've never known them to do that. All right, so we have 2 masks on there. I still need to use still need to use I'm missing a place with a key, with the armor key, aren't I? Where else did I... Crap, it has been forever since I played this. Hold on. Alright, so we did everything down there. We did this here. I think... Oh, I know where exactly where we need to use the sword key is down below. But here... Over here is where we need to use the armor key. It happens to me when I get the shotgun with the shotgun animation where the roof tries to crush you and you get saved. And then the dogs come out? And the dogs jump over that fence? I've never seen that happen. Huh. I gotta figure out, That is something I'm gonna have to test out. Alright, well, I guess we can keep going. Now these windows suck. I remember something jumping through those windows. Then run to get there, get the chemical, and try to grab the herb in the back. Oh, I didn't grab the herbs. You used the armor key. I could have sworn I've used it everywhere else. Where else did I not use the armor key? Okay, they're just touching the door. Pick up battery pack, yes. Young me had no clue what to do, so you tried to fight the dogs. Yeah, that was a big mistake, I'm pretty sure. You take the dagger? Yeah, we'll take the dagger. Hey, age veteran! Thank you for the follow, much appreciated. How are you doing? What is up? Welcome, welcome. How'd you find the channel, if I may ask? And also, are you a fan of the Resident Evil saga? And if not, what games are you into? I do need to check something real quick here. Real quick, I need to check something. This was the tiger key area, I think. All right. I didn't need I need the other things first. I can't do this yet. But. All right. Was there anything in? Oh crap! I meant to reload. That's circle. Just completed this game 100%. Got all the trophies on a PS4. Congrats, man! I actually applaud you. Round of applause for, and not even this is not sarcastic or anything like that, because I know how hard this game is, and for you to get 100% of the trophies, my God, how did you? Okay, so I have to ask, how did you do the invisible zombie mode or invisible enemy mode, and how did you do the mode with the forest zombie is a bomb? Because I've tried that multiple different times on a PS4, the PS3 version, the GameCube version, and I died so much with both. Like, how did you do that? I need to know. I need to know, because that is a feat. That is what is the percentage? Hold on, I need to see what the percentage is for platinum on this game, because it's a small percentage. Oh, you did invisible enemy on you could choose the difficulties? I thought it was like standard. Yeah, so aged veteran, you are in the ultra rare 1.5% of the plat. Oh, 1.7? Okay, I guess you added the point two. But I was looking at it right now. It says 1.5. So yeah, you're in a top tier caliber of elites of Resident Evil 1 remake remastered. Round of applause, man. Round of applause. That's amazing. I used to play this game religiously on the GameCube, especially when I was in the hospital. This is literally all I played when I was like in bed in the hospital. So I like don't need to do the forest one for the plat. No? Okay, wait. I thought it was. No? I mean, I'm gonna take your word. I'm definitely gonna take your word for it. Let's see. There was. No, that's not it. Which one gave me a trouble? Real Survivor mode. That was the Real Survivor mode. That was the mode where if you put an item in one item box, it stays there. Correct? Finish the game without saving anyone as Chris. Yeah, that's easy. I've done that before by accident. Finish game without saving anyone using Jill. Done that too. Survive your first encounter with Yon. I don't understand why I've never gotten this. Does this mean? Oh, this means that you have to shoot him until he leaves, right? You don't have to leave. You don't have to leave. You shouldn't leave him. You should fight him. That's what that one was. That I've always left. Don't stop running. Finish the game in 3 hours. You see, I messed up. I haven't done that. Finish the game only using your knife. No lighter defensive weapons. And wow, no stomping. Oh wow. Finish game without saving. Obtain all weapons. Must load grenade launcher with all shell types. Obtain all costumes. Every nook and cranny. Visit all places on the map. Yeah, this is a hard one, and I don't believe you just did the knife one. Nice. I can't recall. I don't remember my other PlayStation IDs. Like I used to have 3 different PS IDs, and I can't recall what. I honestly cannot recall for the life of me what Yeah, I can't recall for the life of me what the other ones were, to be honest. Never completed Real Survivor. Earned hard mode, or even hard mode is too much for you. Yeah, like hard mode was stupidly hard for me back in the day. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to attempt that today. Did I just give up? I did. Whatever. We're not gonna go into that room yet. You can use a lighter for puzzles. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, this was Resident Evil 0 and this one were definitely the Resident Evils that oh crap, this guy. Outside of Code Veronica were like the hardest ones to play on harder difficulties. Do I want to waste the canteen? I don't think so. Otherwise, the knife only... I used to love that scare. Otherwise, the knife only would not be possible. Code Veronica is arguably my favorite one that I play. Okay, so Code Veronica has a special place in my heart, and as far as storytelling is concerned, gameplay-wise mechanics, ooh, that one has not aged well. Visuals kind of started feeling dated maybe about 5 years ago, but it definitely tells one of the best stories. Okay, so with the announcement of Resident Evil Requiem, or aka Resident Evil 9 recently, I was excited and happy that not only we're going to be going back to Raccoon City, but also we're getting a now official canonized Outbreak Legacy character through their daughter in the franchise. Um, but I was truly hoping for a remake of Resident Evil Code Veronica. I also would like a remake of Resident Evil Zero because just playing that recently, I feel like it is kind of dated with the zapping system, and I feel like that probably would be a better co-op game today now, if you think about it. Um, so far, this game, even though on a 4K television it does look dated, but I'm looking at the stream and it looks perfect. It looks perfect, but on an OLED screen, it looks pretty dated. Um, but I also would have liked them to have explored Operation Javier from the Dark Side Chronicles, and it was mentioned in the Resident Evil 4 remake. So I really would have liked them to do a full game only on Operation Javier, as well as a full game on the Umbrella Chronicles last chapter, which was Umbrella's End. I would have loved to have had that with Chris and Jill again as the main front characters. Um, Rebel, going back to what you were talking about, Outbreak. So here's my thing. I loved Outbreak. Outbreak by far to date is the best Resident Evil, hands down, best Resident Evil multiplayer experience, online multiplayer experience. Resistance wasn't it. Um, what was the other one? Reverse wasn't it. Um, what was the other one? There was another one that came out. Reverse, Resistance, Umbrella Corps, garbage. Um, and then, of course, last but not least, unless you invested into the DLC, Operation Raccoon City was not that good. But the DLC was fantastic. I loved it. Um, I just noticed it corrected me to Outlook. Huh? Thanks for knowing what I'm. Oh, yeah. So if they were to remake, if they were to remake Outbreak, which honestly I feel like they should, given the fact that we're playing Alyssa Ashcroft's daughter Grace in Requiem, I feel like for without a shadow of a doubt that we may get an Outbreak remake or at least an Outbreak remastered, but I would prefer an Outbreak remake to coincide be a companion game to Requiem. Hey Phoenix, how's it going? Even Jill is bored with your tangent. Hey, I'll read with my dyslexic moments right now with the Keeper's Diary. I'm gonna do that because he's saying you're bored. May 9th, 1998. Played poker tonight with Scott and Elias from security and Steve from research. Steve was the big winner, but I think he was cheating, scumbag. May 10th, 1998. One of the higher-ups assigned me to take care of a new creature. It looks like a skinned gorilla. Feeding instructions were to give it live animals. When I threw in a pig, the creature seemed to play with it, tearing off the pig's legs and pulling the guts out before it actually started eating. May 11th, 1998. Around 5 a.m., Scott woke me up. Scared the shit out of me, too. He was wearing a protective suit. He handed me another one and told me to put it on. Said there'd been an accident in the basement lab. I just popped in. I swear this is deja vu going on. It might be. It might be. We're stuck in the loop. I just knew something like this would happen. Those bastards in research never sleep, even on holiday. May 12th, 1998. I've been wearing this damn spacesuit since yesterday. My skin's getting grimy and feels itchy all over. The goddamn dogs have been looking at me funny, so I decided not to feed them today. Screw them. Well, 1998 was a crazy time. 1998 was a crazy time. So many things were happening in 1998. I believe there was even a scandal that dealt with a president and a blowjob in 1998. I think. May 13th, 1998. Went to the infirmary because my back is all swollen and feels itchy. They put a big bandage on it and told me I didn't need to wear the suit anymore. All I want to do is sleep. May 14th, 1998. Found another big blister on my foot this morning. I ended up dragging my foot all the way down to the dog's pen. They were quiet all day, which is weird. Then I realized some of them had escaped. Maybe this is their way of getting back at me for not feeding them the last 3 days. If anybody finds out, I'll have my head handed to me. May 16th, 1998. Rumors going around that a researcher who tried to escape the estate last night was shot. My entire body feels hot and itchy. I am sweating all the time now. I scratched the swelling on my arm, and a piece of rotten flesh just dropped off. What the hell is happening to me? May 19th, 1998. Fever gone, but itchy. Today hungry. Eat doggy food. May 21st, 1998. Itchy, itchy. Scott came. Ugly face, so killed him. Tasty. 4 itchy. Tasty. Well, hope you guys enjoyed that. So yeah, Rebel. That is my take on Resident Evil Outbreak. I feel like there should be a remake, and even if they wanted to go the route of saying like we didn't play as the original 8 characters from Outbreak, right? But let them be guided captain NPCs for each episode, since I think there were 8 characters. Let there be 8 episodes. And have each of the characters be like the main figure of each episode, and you play as custom-made civilians. Like you customize your Raccoon City civilian with citizen within the Outbreak, and you have to basically follow them, make sure that they that you follow their instructions on how to escape. I mean, the game literally was an extraction looter shooter survival kind of game before extraction games became a thing. I was a big fan. I played Outbreak File 2 quite a bit back in the day. So I enjoyed Outbreak File 1 more so than File 2. Quite specifically, mainly because I felt File 1 was a little bit more closer canon-wise to the events, with the exceptions of like... what was that episode? Was it Decisions? No. Decisions was episode 5 on the original, or episode 4. You didn't have internet until File 2. Oh, that makes sense. And that I understand why that has a special place in your heart. Damn, it was the episode where we got to see Marvin and the surviving members of the RPD in the police station. That was great. I did like that. But I can't for the life of me remember what the title of that episode was. Oh well. Look at him. Oh god, I'm walking forward. Oh, I messed up. It was R2. Hello? Oh god. No! Well, I just lost a dagger. Thanks, man. All that for a battery. You know what? Maybe I should do the Tiger Eye before I do that other part. I think that's the smart call. Right? Yeah, that's a smart call. So, aged veteran. Yeah, aged veteran. What is your favorite game within the franchise? And I know that's a lot of games to go through too. like a lot. Okay, we need this guy to follow me a little bit. I should have done this before. Oh wait. Wait, where is he? Hold the phone. Where's the... Did I already knock it down? Oh crap, I think I did knock it down already. Oh, what am I doing? I'm being a noob. That's what I'm doing. So, Phoenix, you missed the little thing of your favorite part from Resident Evil Zero. However, if you follow the socials, or if you are on the Discord, it is going to be there soon. It is funny. This is my favorite. I like the fixed camera angles. Okay. I grew up in the middle of nowhere. I believe satellite internet is still the best they have in that area. Oh man. So you preferred Resident Evil the 1 or Resident Evil 1 remake? I mean, the fixed camera angle era was and still is a fantastic way to play this game. I think there's a game called Tormented Souls that does the same kind of fixed camera angles. I just got it on my Switch for like 18 cents, which was amazing. And Tormented Souls 2 is following that legacy of horror fixed camera angle survival kind of gameplay. I think it was called Tormented Souls. Can't remember exactly. But if you all are not aware of the situation that Phoenix loves, you know, Frostbird in the chat. So, first time she had seen me stream Resident Evil Zero, which was like years ago, got to the part in the water treatment plant area, and you're supposed to cross the bridge area. Well, what had happened was Frog came out of the water, jumped onto the bridge, got Billy's leg, swallowed Billy whole. That was a no save speed run that was happening. That's near the end of the game. I was so upset that I just literally said, nope, I'm done. And we didn't play the game for a while. There's an inscription here. A tiger glowing with blue and yellow light. Yeah. I'm glad that they kept that puzzle here, though. Good times, good times. Yeah, we haven't had another situation like that. We've had plenty of close calls, to be very honest, but no speed runs with no saves that has happened. But as with all the Resident Evil games, if you are a veteran, you get a little cocky, you get a little arrogant, you get a little overconfident, and you decide to say, I don't need to save, I got this. And then, you know what happens? Boom, you mess up, and you die. And then there it is. That's the end of your play. Where am I missing this armor key at? This is starting to annoy me. I know I'm missing the armor key somewhere. I know where the silver key is. What door am I missing with the armor key? It has been so long since I played this. These guys aren't gonna do anything right now. They're just gonna, you know, bash on a window, right? Are you not bashing on a window? There you go. With no sound. That's perfect. Alright, didn't have to use a key here. Alright, so here's a fun fact of the first time of myself playing this game. So, I didn't know about this. I read the books from SD Perry, and the books from SD Perry talked about going into a room, needing an herbicide, destroying Plant 42, and then you're like, yay! All right. So when I played this game for the very first time, um, I didn't play the original Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 1. I only played this one. This was my very first one of Resident Evil 1. Um, I got to this room and I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. This is a small little plant. So I did the whole herbicide thing, right? I did all this. Um, the lid on this water pump is open. Pump the water. Yes. Which one will you turn? I think it was red, right? Yeah. So we did this. And I literally was like, oh, well, like, this seems like an easy boss. Just do this, throw the herbicide in here, let it turn red. Plant, like, has seizures. And then I was like, look at that, I defeated Plant 42. This is amazing. And I thought it was over. Did you open a door out to forest? Yes, I have. Or the room above the east save room. To the right of the stairs. I did that one too. I'll go back to both to make sure. But I did both. Death mask. It's a death mask without eyes. Goodbye, herbs. Whoops. Then we'll go that way. And crash. Okay. Alright, well, I'll do that in just a second. What we're gonna do right now, guys, is that I'm gonna go and we're gonna take our quick 3-minute break. I was supposed to run 2 of them when it first started, so guys didn't have to worry about a break until like 9 o'clock. But I'm already getting the alert that the ads are gonna drop within the next 6 minutes. So to basically, to stop the pre-rolls from happening when people just jump in, we're gonna run the ads right now. So this gives you time to stretch your legs, grab something to drink, which is literally what I'm gonna do. I need to get some hydration because I'm thirsty. Use the restroom, grab a snack. We'll be back momentarily in just 3 minutes, starting right now when the ads begin. Age, you know what? I'm gonna check when we get back. I'm gonna check those 4 areas. I believe I used it at the gas room also. So we're gonna check all those areas that you mentioned, because there's one room that I didn't go into, obviously, that I still have the armor key for, and I don't know where it is. So we're gonna check all the areas that you just mentioned. But we'll be back momentarily after this quick commercial break period. I'm gonna go grab some water because my throat is parched. Like, yeah. Hey, and we're back. You could have answered no to discard the mistake. I've done that before. I did answer, didn't I? Did I not answer? I mean, I'm gonna check the doors just in case, because I may have missed something that you just mentioned. So we're gonna check all the doors. I thought I opened up all the doors. I thought it was only 4 doors we had to use the armor key on. But let's go check. Let's go make sure that I'm not going crazy and that. Let's see here real quick. Check the map. Yes, let's check the map. Oh, wrong button. Oh, no, stop. There we go. All right. You see what I love? What I do love about the more recent, like Resident Evil 2 remake, it shows you like where to. Oh, I know the door. It's the door. No, it's not. That's not it, right? Is it the door out to the? Oh, you can't see it, but like the upper, the middle upper. Maybe that's the door that I need to use it on. Because it's not the piano room. Is it the piano room? I don't think I had to use this key on the piano room, did I? Oh, it might be the piano room. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is the piano room. Okay, I'm not going crazy. All right. Okay, okay. Okay, we're back on track. We're back on track, everybody. Thank you, Age. Thank you for reconfirming my sanity and making sure that I wasn't going crazy. All right, cool. What would I do without you? Yes, Phoenix. Yes, Phoenix. We were going crazy. All right. Let us first drop this mask off. Yeah, I totally forgot about it too. I totally forgot about it also. I was like, what room are we missing? So after we finish this game, next up on the Resident Evil saga will be Resident Evil 3 Nemesis and Resident Evil 2, or number 3 Nemesis, Resident Evil 3 Remake and Resident Evil 2 Remake. We will get to those games after we're going to take a small, go fight an evil piano? Yes, we're going to go fight an evil piano, Phoenix. I totally hate pianos, so we're going to teach it a lesson in music. We will take a break from Resident Evil briefly after this game to do Until Dawn. Just because I did promise another creator that I would stream that game before sunsetting it. All right, this one was the eyes, right? Eyes. Yes! Alright, 2 more. Or 1 more. 1 more, right? 1 more. But before fighting an evil piano, we are just running about everywhere. Why can't I think? We will use the sword key in the last spot that we need to use it at. Because we also have to get the shield key. The shield key is for Yawn. With that puzzle right there. Come here. Oh god. Oh god! Why are you not? Oh, oh, you're gonna cause me problems. Did I just waste it? Okay, I still have a lot of daggers left. Get out! Why didn't it work? And why is his body not burnt? You've used the armor key. There it is. There's no further use of this key. Discard? Yes. Again, look at the dust particles. I love it. Look at all that dust. There's an elevator here. It doesn't look like you can access it from this floor. So speaking of Resident Evil 1, did any of you play Umbrella Chronicles for the Wii or PlayStation 3? You've used the sword key. There's no further use of this key. Discard it? Yes. We need space. We need all the space. It's locked from the other side. Could have swore there was enemies in here. I've never played that one. So it's very much reminiscent of the days of House of the Dead, on-rail shooter, going through the events of Resident Evil 0. Well, Umbrella Chronicles specifically went through Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 3, and then a whole new chapter which was Umbrella's End. And that is the one I want Capcom to explore as a full-blown game. It was an amazing story to be told with Chris and Jill, and I wish it was a full-fledged game. Darkside Chronicles, however, mainly focused on Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil Code Veronica, and then of course the broader Operation Javier. That was the introduction of Jack Krauser, being played through the eyes of Jack Krauser and how he got involved with the whole BOW mess and everything. And I would like that, excuse me, and I would like that to actually be explored in its own separate game as well. You know what? I don't trust you. I don't trust you at all. Well, I'm fucked later. That's gonna bite me in the ass. I already know it. I know it. Now the FMVs for this, specifically right here, did not translate well from GameCube to remastered of on PS4 and PS5. You can see how fuzzy and... it's the second time Jill has tripped on herself. Alright, I'm gonna leave you here. Oh, hold on. No, I don't want the meat. There we go. I want that. Jill is clumsy. A little bit. Maybe she didn't tie her shoes. Maybe that's what it is. I'm surprised that zombie didn't trip on the way down. Alright. So yeah, those are the Umbrella Chronicles. If you can't access them, feel free to look them up on YouTube or the Red app. I can't say YouTube because I did it again. I can't say that word because Twitch doesn't like you saying that word anymore. But I will say, wait a second. I messed up. Will you take the musical score? Yes, because this doesn't have the pages in it. The pages are upstairs. Oh wait, yeah. A section of music is missing, leaving only the beginning and the end of the music. It's titled Moonlight Sonata. I screwed up, everybody. So we have to go back upstairs. I should have never come down here first. I should have done everything over there. This was my bad. This was my mistake. This is what's going to cost us time. If this was a speed run, I just lost so much time. So much time I lost. But in fact, I lost. This is not a speed run. So it's hard for me to say which Resident Evil title is my favorite, to be very honest. I would have to say from the fixed camera angle era, from Resident Evil 1 all the way to 0, as far as release date order is concerned, and being that, like, you know, Resident Evil 1, 2, 3 Nemesis, what's my PB on this game? PB. I'm definitely not in the know of the acronym. Enlighten me, PB. Because I was thinking peanut butter and jelly, and obviously that is not it. Fastest time. Oh, I don't know. I would have to go on. Damn, personal best. I should have thought about that. On this game specifically on a PS5, I think my personal best is 4 hours. I think on the GameCube, I was down to like 3 hours and 2 minutes or something like that. I think. Son of a bitch. It's Richard.
What happened? You're wounded.
This whole place is a killing zone. There are monsters.
What did this to you?
A big snake.
That arm, though.
Poisonous.
Poisonous? Richard, hold on.
Bring me serum. I saw some, but didn't bring any.
I'll go and get it, okay? You're gonna make it.
Thanks.
Honestly, that is such a huge, like, deep gash. He should have been, honestly, he should have bled out. There is no way that he survived that. But yeah, I think it was 3 hours and 2 minutes, 3 hours and 5 minutes, somewhere around there on my on the GameCube. I don't know how people have gotten. Just put a Band-Aid on it. It's fine. Yeah, Shinobi. Band-Aid. Band-Aid is fine. That'll be okay. Neosporin, Band-Aid. Yeah. But on the PlayStation 5 version, I've never really decided to say, hey, I'm gonna do a speed run. Mainly because I've only played the game now for novelty and for comfort. I have done speedruns on Resident Evil 3 Remake. I've done speedruns on that a lot, and I think my best time on there was an hour and 15 minutes. You know, we just picked up a vial from the cabinet. We didn't even read what it was. What is this? What does this look like? Examine. Serum. There's just enough for 1 dose. And what does this say, though? I want to read. Can I? Oh my god. Alright, what does that say? It says... I don't know what it says. It says words that are not English. Except for serum. Alright, so going back in the history of the fixed camera angles, I can beat the game. I can beat the finished. Wait, I can beat the finished game in 5 minutes. Play 5. Got to skip. Wait, hold on, Genobi. A man's life is on the line. I will read that all in a second. I will read all the hot types of of what you wrote in just a second. We gotta save Richard first. As I walk into a stairwell. Where is the delete button? There is no delete button. Yeah, here we go.
Here, Richard. I'm gonna give you a shot. Hang in there.
That arm, though! Look how deep that wound is!
Here's my radio. Take it. I'm... Does it ever not hurt?
Alright. Does it ever not hurt? He got a shot with a syringe. What do you mean it doesn't?
Okay.
Does it ever not hurt? Look at your arm, dude. He is definitely infected. All right, Genovi, what did you say? I can finish the game in 5 minutes. Play for 5. Get too scared. And uninstall. True story. How Genovi, how's your English? How's your English? Alright, so what I was saying before. Alright, so original fixed camera angle era. Oh, there was a zombie in here. Oh crap, I forgot about this guy. Oh, I do not have a... Oh, I fucked up. Oh! Oh! Okay. We're okay. It's locked with the emblem of a shield carved into it. Good. Good. I totally meant all of that. Clip that! Alright, so back to what I was saying. Original fixed camera angle era. What is my favorite? So we have Resident Evil 1, PlayStation 1. Resident Evil 2, PlayStation 1. Resident Evil 3, Nemesis, PlayStation 1. Resident Evil Code Veronica, Dreamcast. Resident Evil 0, GameCube. Resident Evil 1 Remake, GameCube. So that's 6 of them. Out of all of those, the fixed camera angle, my favorite is this one, the remake. The one that has a near dear place in my heart, Resident Evil 2, PlayStation 1. Why? I mentioned this before. I believe Rebel got to hear the answer last time, but for those that missed the answer last time, the reason why is because an unlit candlestick. The reason why Resident Evil 2 has a special place in my heart is because what had happened was it was a Friday night. My friends and I were having a sleepover at one of their houses. Actually, Phoenix, you know who that person is. But I digress. At school, I heard about this game called Silent Hill. I heard it was scary, and I was like, you know what? I don't have a PlayStation 1, but this person has a PlayStation 1, and we're going to do sleepover, so let's play this over there. So we went to Blockbuster. And I remember at the Blockbuster video store, I was looking for Silent Hill, and it was all rented out. And then I saw this little CD case that said Resident Evil 2, and I was like, this looks kind of cool. Looks kind of scary. Yeah, why not? Of course, this is I had to have an adult with me to rent it because ERCV. But we played the game. We started off. The Blockbuster only gave us one disc. Didn't know it had 2 discs until much later. So they gave us the disc that was the Leon story. Um, so played it. We got to the police station. Everything seemed spooky and scary. It was all fun and games though. Nothing really like scared us yet until after, even the liquor. The first time meeting the liquor wasn't all scary. We all laughed because the FMV was, let's face it, 1998 FMV. Leon's mouth was closed shut, but Leon said, "Oh boy," looking at the liquor, saying like, "Oh boy, I'm gonna die." But instead, we all interpreted it as liquor looking at Leon, saying, "Oh boy," like dinner. So we all laughed. So we, escaped the liquor hallway, ran to the next room, and this is where the memory is etched, engraved, burned into my brain. Quite literally, because we're running away from the liquor, full send sprint down that hallway. Go by the window that doesn't have barricades on it, or it does have barricades on it. 6 zombie arms burst out, grab Leon. I pressed the pause button so fast on that PlayStation 1 controller and threw the controller on the floor, simultaneously pushing the chair that I was sitting in so hard that I slid back like 5 feet. I screamed. My 2 friends screamed. My friend's brother screamed. We were all screaming because of the zombie arms. Scared the shit out of everybody. Leon didn't die, but we were all scared because of zombie arms that came out the wall or the window. So yeah, that is my Resident Evil 2 memory. That I'll never forget to this day, even if I don't, speak to said people anymore. That will be a core memory that I will never ever forget. Yes, we will take it. We will take it. We will not get caught. Oh, he's over here. Goodbye, sucker. But yeah, that's basically my fixed camera angle. This game, by far the best of the fixed camera angles era, but the one that has the deepest memory is Resident Evil 2 for me. The beginning and the last sections of the music are missing. The sheet music. It's titled Moonlight Sonata. The complete musical score of the Moonlight Sonata. Alright, so if we were to talk about the third-person view mode of, like, the third-person tankish viewpoint would be, I'll tell you in a second, but Rebel. My deepest memory is the dogs that burst through the window in RE1 PS1, or the Nemesis following me into the save room. Yo, okay, so I'm with you on that, with the Nemesis jumping into the save room, and I know which save room it probably was. It was a save room in the garage, wasn't it? The one that like links uptown to downtown. I'm pretty sure that's the save room you thought you were safe in, because I thought the same thing too. I was like, "There's a save room in here. A save room is a safe room. There's no way Nemesis will ever come in here. You go in there, you think you're safe." And like a second later, Nemesis bursts through the door. Stars! And then like, yeah. Or Mr. X in RE2 B scenario. RE2 B scenario. There's many different areas in scenario B that Mr. X popped up in. Which one was it that did it for you? I mean, Mr. X did get me in B scenario too. I think for me specifically, what made me pause the game, I didn't throw the controller or kick myself like 5 feet away, but it did make me pause the game, was coming out. On the top of the clock. On the top of the clock tower. Oh, that area. Okay. Yeah. So like when he jumps onto the balcony, when you after you get the what is it? You get the. I think you get the plug, right? The night plug or the queen plug. You get one of the plugs up there. Where you're going back, you're like, I got what I need to do. You start going back, and then he like hops over the balcony. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. For me, Mr. X made me pause the game, and startled me. Was it was the area in the interrogation room and the opposite side of it, the observation room. And it was back to back, like mini heart attacks of pausing the game and be like, okay. Again, not in the sense that I threw the controller, but enough to make me pause it. So the liquor burst through the window after I grabbed like the cable for the shutters, and then I grabbed there was a key that I grabbed from over there. I forgot what key item it was. Oh, it was the stupid it was a stupid plaque, the snake plaque for Chief Irons' office. So I grabbed both of those items. The liquor came through window, scared me, paused the game, killed it, took care of it. And I was like, okay, I'm good. As soon as I walk out, going down the hallway, back to where I needed to go, Mr. X just burst through the freaking wall like the Kool-Aid man. And I'm like, oh, okay, alright, pause, take a breather, figured out what I needed to do, then ran for my life. Yeah. That was basically what got me, and I was like, ugh. All right, we need to go back down. So let's see, third person over the shoulder era. That was Resident Evil 4. For GameCube, Resident Evil 5 for PS3. Resident Evil 6 for PS3. Resident Evil Revelations for Nintendo 3DS. And I want to say also Operation Raccoon City for I want to say Operation Raccoon City for 360. Oh, honorable mention for fixed camera angle era, Resident Evil Outbreak. All right, so here's my thing about the third person over the shoulder era. Third person over the shoulder era is great, and I would agree with you, and I would say Resident Evil 4 would be my number one. However, what makes Resident Evil 4 not number one for me in that era specifically, and it's not because Resident Evil 4 remake. It's because Resident Evil 4 was just so long. It was unbearably long in a lot of the sections. And then it went from straight up like survival horror or it was survival action to full on action. So, that's why it's not number one for me. For me, number one in that era is Resident Evil 5. And hear me out. The only reason it's number one for me is because the co-op play. The insanity of being overwhelmed by the Kijuju Ganados from that title, Resident Evil 5 specifically, was because you got to play with a friend. 9 times out of 10, the friends that I played with never played a Resident Evil game a day in their life. They just watched me play. But because it's co-op, they're like, we could play together. Man, oh man, how many times I died trying to save them because they didn't know how to manage their inventory. And they didn't know how to keep an eye on their bullets. No bullet count for them. So it's always like, hey, I got you. Click, click, click. No, I don't got you. I'm going to die. And I'm like, oh, God. So I'm like here going around shooting every freaking, enemy in the leg, trying to, just kick them and punch them as Chris while they're Sheva. And it was just all memories for Resident Evil 5 for me. And of course, the conclusion of the Wesker story arc. Um, did I have space for 2? Yes, I did. Will you take the gold emblem? Yes, I will. Shit. I forgot. Wow, I'm an idiot. I forgot to grab one key item for this area. One key item. I played through RE5 with an X at that time. It was her first RE, and it was rough. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? It was rough. Like, don't worry. I played RE5 the first time with excuse me, my then girlfriend. It was rough. Great memories though, but it was rough. A lot of people gave RE5 shit for it being action. I just enjoyed the story and the fact that it was co-op play. I did enjoy Resident Evil 6, but it would be number 3. Only number 3 because Operation Raccoon City was pretty bad. I mean, it was a good online play with somebody else, but it was a pretty bad game. I think it could have been polished better story-wise for the main story. But I did enjoy RE6 for the conclusion of what we then knew, the Umbrella arc. I actually had better time with RE solo than I did co-op with her. Oh my god, that's terrible. Just threw her right under the bus. So I did enjoy RE6 for the narrative. The gameplay mechanics were pretty rough. But to further the narrative, I did enjoy it. Trevor's Diary, November 24th, 1967. 11 days have passed since arriving on this estate. How did I end up like this? A guy in a lab coat brought me a meager plate of food and said, "Sorry to put you through this, but it's for security reasons." That's when it hit me. It all makes sense now. There are only 2 people that know the secret of this mansion, Sir Spencer and myself. If they kill me, Sir Spencer will be the only person that knows the secret. But for what purpose? It doesn't matter now. It's too dangerous here, my family. I hope they are all right. I hope they are all right. There we go. I've decided to escape. Jessica, Lisa, I pray you are safe. November 26, 1967. How could I be so careless? I lost my favorite lighter. The one Jessica gave me for my birthday. Now it's going to be that much harder to escape this dark place. November 13th, the date when my fate was sealed. My aunt was hospitalized just 3 days before that. Jessica and Lisa said they were going to go visit her. I wish I could be there with them. But wait, even as I'm writing, my memory is coming back to me more vividly. Just before I passed out, I remember the men in the lab coats said something like, "Most likely your family is all ready. I pray for their safety." November 27th, 1967. Somehow I managed to get out of that room, but getting out of this mansion won't be easy. I have to get past all the booby traps, tiger eyes, gold emblem, and I have to try to remember for my own sake. Well, that answers your question, Phoenix, about this whole place. Alright, so skipping on ahead from the third person over the shoulder era is the first person era. And mind you, honorable mention of third person over the shoulder is Resident Evil Revelations. I did enjoy that game. It was a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong. But it was the characters, the side characters, that really killed it for me. All right. So, going back to the new era, or not new era, the first person era. Wow, that was ominous. That was pretty cool. Um, the first person era, Resident Evil, Biohazard, and Resident Evil Village. Um, I will not be playing Requiem first person. But when the two have run each other through, the path to your destiny will open. It looks like you can turn the gears inside the clock. Try it? Yes. Alright, so large gear. I think large gear was. Yes. Whoops. Chest plate. Okay, that one should have stayed. Alright, Biohazard absolutely terrified you. Yes. So, for Village, being that what it was making the same mistakes that Resident Evil 4 did. It became a little bit more action-packed than it was horror. So it became more survival horror, or survival action rather than survival horror. But give credit where credit is due. Lady Dimitrescu and the Bella sisters, chef's kiss. Love those characters. I loved almost all the characters in that game. Even Mother Miranda. I really loved the lore. I loved everything that was dropped in the game that added so much richness to Resident Evil lore in general. Just the gameplay, the whole Lycans thing. I don't know. It felt, it just didn't really resonate with me. It just basically it wasn't anything that really scared me per se. It was more along the lines of like, here are people that got turned into creatures. So the humanity wasn't there for me anymore. It just turned into like another destroy every single monster in your way. But the characters overall, I loved them. But not for the first person era, the Baker family, the Baker house, Louisiana, that shit scared me. Everything about that game scared me. Even like the little girl Evelyn scared me. Like, for crying out loud. Even though we didn't get, Silent Hills from Kojima, Resident Evil Biohazard was definitely one of those games that was like, yeah, this was good. Alright, we need to get I need to get yes, I need to, large gear. Yeah, we're gonna keep turning it left. That game made me not want to go back to bed at night. I'm not gonna take that away from you. It was a scary game. We will be going through it again. Resident Evil Biohazard is definitely one of those games that I did not attempt to go on any harder difficulty. Basically, once we finished the game, I was like, I'm done. We're good. I don't need to play. I don't need to play this again unless I'm gonna go through the saga, which we're gonna be doing. I remember playing the DLCs. I played Chris's DLC, the not Chris Redfield DLC. I know that the Zoe's Alive DLC. I never played it. Well, I did play it, but once I found out that you basically went into like the waters of Louisiana, and once they said, "Oh yeah, there's alligators in the water," I said no. I literally said no. I'm not playing this anymore. I'm done. So I never finished the DLC because of that. Because of alligators. Because of alligators, I said no. I'm done. We're not doing this. Which leads us now to the current era of Resident Evil, the modern RE Engine third person, which includes Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3 Remake, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake, Resident Evil 4 Remake, and now Resident Evil Requiem. Now we can't put Requiem on this because obviously we haven't played it yet. Okay. I have my loves and grievances with all 4 of the games. If you've wait a second. If you've ever seen the movie A House Haunted, where he runs out of the house, he leaves with his girlfriend. When he finds out the house is haunted, that's me in real. Oh my god. Yeah, Biohazard was. I think we had this discussion, or I had this discussion with somebody else. Biohazard was basically the whole, hey, your wife like left you mysteriously 4 years ago, and now she just reappeared, and she tells you right off the bat, don't come for me. And when I found that out, I was like, you know what? If this is a love-struck guy, sure, he'll go after her. But like, if it was me and she left me, I would already start my own life. She's gone. I'm not. There's no way I'm coming back for her. It's not happening. Yeah, that was me. I said, no way I'm going to get her. Alright, so I have to defeat Yawn without using, or with defeat Yawn the very first time. So, I think what we should do is grab the grenade launcher. Actually, I need to refill that anyway. About half of the kerosene still remains. Refill? Yes. We refilled it. There is not a single drop of kerosene left. Well, that one's empty. No, I don't want to do that. Dang it. Alright, so this is hard for me to make a decision on which of the current modern Resident Evils I love. And the reason why it's so damn hard for me is because all 3 games that they've remade, as much shit as I give them currently because of how they didn't age well, Resident Evil 4 original, Resident Evil 3 original, Resident Evil 2 original, the thing is that the story was told in such a way that the originals, specifically the Fall of Raccoon City, the originals are still top tier for me as far as storytelling is concerned. Which is why I would put Resident Evil 4 Remake at the top of the list of the current modern third-person Resident Evil games. The reason why Resident Evil 4 Remake took what was being told in a narrative of the original and excelled where the flaws were in the original. Specifically with like some castle design, specifically the castle, and also the narrative in general was excelled what was the original. Ashley felt more fleshed out. She felt more human. She didn't seem like a whiny brat. Luis, as much shit as people give him saying that he's quote unquote not attractive, I'm like, you guys have never been to Spain. This is what every Spaniard looks like. Well, I wouldn't say every, but this is what the modern Spaniard looks like over there. And like, he looked more realistic. He didn't look whitewashed like he was in the original Resident Evil 4. My only gripe is the boss of Salazar. Salazar, the boss, was, well, he kind of sucked compared to the original as far as bosses are concerned. But, you know, then again, the original Salazar boss fight was kind of crap too. But Leon felt more fleshed out in here. He didn't seem like the nonchalant, jokey, wisecrack, whippy Marvel hero of Resident Evil 4. He felt real. Ada felt more fleshed out in Resident Evil 4 than she did in the original. Um, so that's why like Resident Evil 4 remake for me would be top of the class at the current moment until we see what Requiem does. Um, Resident Evil 3 remake and Resident Evil 2 remake would have beaten their originals if not for two things specifically per game. Number one, I don't mind that Leon A and then Claire B is now officially canon. I don't mind that. But when they do remake Code Veronica, they must stay to that new canon and have Claire B be the thing. So when they talk about what happened in Resident Evil 2 within Code Veronica, they must say that Claire defeated Birkin at the very end. Number one. Number two, the fact that Resident Evil 2 remake scenario B, literally you did the same exact things of scenario A, with the exception of minute little things, really killed it. So, for instance, besides the puzzles were exactly the same, the fact that you had to fight Birkin twice. So like if you do Leon A, you get to the very end, and then you fight Birkin, right? Before he turns into his like angelic demon form of the G creature, Annette basically like gets pummeled, squished. She's on the brink of death. But then like when you do Claire second run, it's the same fight, and there is no there is no scarring, there is no damage to Annette. She just comes out like it was all fine. That didn't happen in the original. Everything happened for both stories at the same time. That one story affected the other, even to the minute things of you go into the weapons cache. If you grabbed the extra side pouch, or if you grabbed the machine gun, the second run that item would be missing, or both items would be missing if you're greedy on the first run. So that's what I would downgrade my grade for Resident Evil 2 remake. And then the same thing over Resident Evil 3 remake. Resident Evil 3 remake, I liked how it started, but I do question how Jill was kind of aloof to what was happening in Raccoon City. Now I could say it's because she was on heavy medications and she was isolated in her apartment for like almost the whole month of September. But I mean, for her to get out of the apartment in Raccoon City be that much of a shit show, like, come on. But I digress. I'll take that away. They excelled where the original was. They fleshed out Jill more. They fleshed out Brad more. Brad felt like more of a human character than he did in the original. Carlos got such a nice rework that I wish he had his own game. I really do. Now the two flaws, the big flaws of Resident Evil 3 remake. One, taking out some of the key areas. The park, the clock tower, and while I don't mind what they did with the final act, instead of it being the waste disposal plant, it just being an underground lab called Nest 2, I will say that Nemesis was the biggest draw of the game, but also the biggest hindrance. Why? Because the original Nemesis was so random, and Rebel, I think this is where you were scared of Nemesis. He was so random. He would show up anywhere at any time at any place, save rooms or not. He would just show up. The remake, however, it was a little bit more scripted. Raccoon City didn't feel like a city. It felt like you were just in a shopping center of Raccoon City. So I kind of wish that Raccoon City was more fleshed out and bigger within the remake. Granted, maybe in Requiem we're going to get to see the full... maybe in Requiem we're going to get to see the full Raccoon City as we explore it, which would be amazing. But, not to say that, Resident Evil 3 remake and Resident Evil 2 remake were crap. They're not. Not at all. As much as people want to shit on Resident Evil 3 specifically, I still think it was a fantastic game. It did have its flaws, but I still think it was fantastic. It excelled where the original needed. It needed some things for some characters, especially Carlos. Same thing with Resident Evil 2. Sherry didn't feel like just a burden. She felt like she was someone you wanted to really protect in Resident Evil 2 remake, rather than the original. I haven't saved in a bit. This is gonna be bad. What was I gonna say? I don't know what else I was gonna say. But we'll see what happens with Requiem when it comes out. For all I know, it could be the top of the RE Engine third-person era for me, beating out Resident Evil 4. We'll see. Here's Yawn. Alright, so we must beat Richard. Or not Richard, we must beat Yawn.
Payback time.
Damn it. Oh, poison. God. Yeah, that's not good.
Thanks. Richard!
Bye, Richard. Using a blue herb. Yeah, I know I can use the blue herb, but I don't have one on me. But I think that's what gets the trophy, is defeating Yawn the very first time. Oh wow, oh man, I'm in danger. This is so not good. I don't think I have a blue herb. Oh, ban in-game action using blue herb. What? Why would you do that? Why would you ban using blue herb? I need a blue herb. I haven't saved. Rebel, what are you doing? I have not saved. Oh, Rebel. Rebel, you fucked me. Oh god, oh god. And I swear, if I didn't get that trophy, I'm gonna be upset. But we have the awesome assault rifle. Okay. I know what we could do. It's not a blue herb, so I'm not breaking the rules. We're gonna use a serum. We're still in danger. But it wasn't blue herb! Now we're gonna save though. I was going to use it on saving before the fight, but you never saved. I normally don't save before fights. I was like, I'm gonna be fine. It'll be fine. I'll be fine. It'll be okay. Yeah, the door opening scenes are so eerie. Are they all transitional, or do they sometimes have things that jump out in front at you? Okay, Genobi, to answer your question. So, this was to mask the PlayStation 1 era loading screens. They were all transitional. With the exception of one door in Resident Evil 2, when you were in the power room for the generator, you open a door and then two zombies came in. That's the only room that it wasn't transitional. It was literally like a jump scare. Two zombies came in and tried to kill you. And this stayed a staple to the franchise up until I want to say it was a staple to the franchise up until Resident Evil 4. Yeah. Because you didn't have your traditional what's it called? Examine. Death mask. Death mask without a nose. You didn't have this. So in Resident Evil 4 you didn't have this transition of door, knob, open, go through. It was literally like the screen just like fizzled away into the next area. You heard the doors open and close, but that was about it. Why do I have the freaking ink ribbon with me? Alright, what we're going to do here, guys, is we're going to take our last break of the evening. When we get back to a stream, we'll be streaming again up until 10:30 Eastern. I don't know what time zone everybody's at. But we'll be streaming up until 10:30 Eastern. But right now we're going to take a little break. This would be a perfect time for me to run to the bathroom because I drank a whole can of water and I'm still thirsty. So I'm going to grab another can while I'm at it. So, use this time wisely. Stretch your legs. Grab a drink. Grab some snacks. Use this time to walk around. Get some blood in those legs. We'll be right back momentarily. Alright, I am back. That was a little bit longer than 3 minutes because I couldn't find the water. And then I realized I had none in the fridge. So I had to restock that. Oh, excuse me, and I got hiccups. But we are back with another can of whoop ass. Nah, I'm just playing another can of water. Alright. What? That's what I was doing. Forgot for a mere second what I was doing. Alright, so let's put this away. And next week, guys, the heart rate monitor will be back up and running. It's only available on the PC version of Twitch. However, if we do land this job next week, again, streams scheduling will be changing. So if you, again, have not joined the Discord, feel free to do so. The link is in the description below. All my Blue Sky announcements will be pushed over to the Discord if you do not have Blue Sky. But of course, if you do have Blue Sky, or if you just want to follow me on there, it is ivaulthunter.bsky.social. I know it's a lot to say. It's a mouthful every time I think about it. And of course, iVaultHunter on almost any other socials. Why? Because I post clips over there. But I am going to start getting into the habit of posting the clips first exclusively on the Discord weeks or months or maybe a year before they ever come out on the socials. And that will start in September. The clips will be exclusively on Discord for a limited time as it is. Alright. We have the last one. The mask without a nose. Let's put it here. Now see, the common theory of this is that they finally caught George Trevor, right? And then they put George Trevor inside the coffin. And that this zombie here is George Trevor. I should have saved the band for the shotgun. Oh my god. Well, I mean, if you ban the shotgun, that's fine, because this is the assault shotgun. So, you can only ban one item. I would have chose either shotgun if you chose the assault, or I would have chose the assault if you just chose the shotgun. Because now we got both. Nah, just wait until you got here, then ban it. Smart move. Smart move. There's a switch. Push it, yes. There's something else inside. Will you take the stone and metal object? Yes, I will. There's nothing else in here. Well, goody. Emblem carved on the octagonal object. Alright, so yeah, I think we should be here live for like the next 30 minutes. I gotta put a cooldown on that band thing too. I just didn't know if you would get back to the safe room in time to heal yourself of the poison, so I figured I'd try. Oh, that's so rude. That's so rude. I like the thought process, but that was definitely rude. All right. Oh, I didn't bring the canteen with me, did I? Dang. Well, I better hope I blow this guy's face off. Totally did not. He's gonna come back as a Crimson Head. I am screwed. Right? Yeah, I'm screwed. Dumb dog. Alright. It's locked. There's something written in the indentation. The defiler of the accursed coffin. Well, I defiled the coffin. Alright, let's use the shotgun again. I mean, let's use the handgun again. Will you take the battery pack? Yes. Wait a second, did I? Oh no, I could do it my way back. Now see, this puzzle was amazing. I didn't know it was a puzzle until like I first got to it. So it seems to be some kind of signpost. Each direction is accompanied by a corresponding destination. Why is my English not working today? North, Valley of Destruction. South, Cave of Hatred. East, Summit of Madness. West, Path of Revenge. Now, of course, after playing this so long, I know which ones to press, but...
Barry?
Monster! James! Gun! Ineffective! It's it! Stay away! Forest outside mansion! Stay! Hey!
Well, Barry, we're out here. I can't stay away if, like, you know, you should have warned me ahead. Who needs English anyway? Yeah, right, you're right. Who needs English? So yeah, like, the gate will open when the guard dog's desires are fulfilled. The gate to hell stands before these. The gate shall remain closed. I don't know what it said. Whilst the watchdogs from hell has their eyes on thee. If thou shalt... The watchdogs desires, the gate shall open. That thou shalt... If thou shalt fulfill the watchdogs. Okay. So yeah. It basically, blue statue, blue eyes. The description reads, the last gasp of destruction. And then this one is statue of red eyes. The inscription reads, the war cry of revenge. Quite honestly, I've played it so long that I think I remember where each is. So at this one, oh, nope, that's not what I want to do. Damn it! There we go. Nope, we're gonna leave it there. Like some of these visuals, like this, the spinning cock, if I could say that, it looks pretty cool, looks nice. The watchdogs, however, do not look all that great. Like that looks just unpolished. Yeah, all of that looks just unpolished and non-refined, low res. Yeah, this looks better on the GameCube and on our CRT TV. Just saying. some games from the old days just didn't translate well to LCDs or OLEDs. I said what I said. I remember this spot specifically. You walk slowly. Do not scare the birds. The birds will not harm you if you do not harm them. It's the witch from Left 4 Dead. Now this area scared me when I was first playing this game. I didn't know what to expect, so I just walked slowly all throughout the whole area. A large statue stands silently in the darkness. Okay. I thought that said something, but I guess not. Could have swore there was a zombie out here. Oh, guess not. There was 2 ways to go, and they both lead the same way, if I remember correctly. Yep, they both led the same way. Oh, I thought there was something out here to grab. Guess not. Into the cottage we go. Why is this? Oh, it's a trick of the light. I saw something that it looked weird. So yeah, all right. Whoops, that was the desk. This firewood looks fresh. Yeah, no shit. There's a map of the courtyard. Take it? Yeah. Alright. A crude bed. It looks like no one's used it in a long time. I don't need anything. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Will you take the crank? Yes, we will. The end is shaped like a square. So this is the cool thing about this specific Resident. When Resident Evil Remake came out, like no one knew that you had to like look at objects in three-dimensional. So yeah, you wouldn't know that this was a square crank that you needed until like you did that, which I thought was amazing. Maybe not a lot of people thought it was amazing, but I thought it was amazing. All right, so let's grab this. Let's grab this. Oh, berry. A family picture. There's a journal left by someone. 19. Daddy attached first. Mom attached second. Inside red and slimy. White and hard. Not true, Mom. Where? Don't know that. Found Mom again. With attached Mommy. She moved no more. She's screaming. Why? Just want to be with her. For Mom, where? I miss you. I hope that I read that correctly. Ink ribbon. Inside and slimy, white, and hard. What kind of game is this? It's Resident Evil, man. It's Resident Evil. That's what kind of game this is. And funny, that's the animation when you get decapitated. Yeah, that's not creepy at all. Now, people are telling me, this bitch, she survived everything that's happened in Raccoon City. Now, when we get to Resident Evil 3, specifically the end of Resident Evil 3, I want you to tell me how this bitch survives. Because I will tell you one thing, there is no way in hell she'll survive what happens here, what happens over there. There should be a zombie. There he is. Alright, now we gotta walk slowly again. But Shinobi, get your mind out of the gutter. There's some kind of written indentation. When the wind sweeps across the earth, stars will shine in the heavens. A wind crest. There's an icon depicting wind. Well, we're gonna use it. Crest are fitted. Will you take the moon crest? Yes. Will you take the star crest? Yes. There's a button. Will you press it? Yeah, we will. There's two projecting lines. Moon crest. Oh, that has eyes. I didn't know that. That was cool. Not really, but yeah. There's a base. The base is protruded in the shape of a cross. Cool. Alright. And there's something carved into the indentation. 2 vertical lines, a cross, and 3 horizontal lines. Could it be some kind of symbol? Yes. Crest are fitted. We're taking the sun crest. Bum ba da bum! What do we have here? It's a big ass gun. A gun has been placed neatly inside. Will you take the Magnum revolver? Hell yeah, we will! Again, move very slowly, don't agitate any of these guys. Because if you do, they will definitely come and kill you.
Just give me a sign. Anything.
Jill to Brad, can you hear me? Shit, it's broken.
Oh, yeah, dogs. I forgot about them. Woo! That was close! Now, see, this is where, like, this is what I noticed. So this is where I'm saying, like, the game, for this game to be 20 years old, right? Still looks phenomenal. Still looks like it would fit today. However, these are the little cracks that I'm starting to see as technology like progresses, especially with visuals and televisions. If you are on a LCD screen, you won't notice how this looks that well, but on an OLED, the fog here doesn't look like fog. It literally looks like a stream of white stream. And I remember how this looked like on a CRTV. This looked like mist. This looked eerie. This looks like kind of creepy. Even this area right here, like what I'm pointing at here, looked creepy. But now, like it is beginning to age. But again, this is a game that is now officially 23 years old. I am amazed how well this is held up, how well it still kind of holds up to today's standards. So I'm not on the camp of Resident Evil 1 needs a remake. Would I play one if they made one? Yes, but it is not necessary. Because look, the water still looks like water. It still looks good, with the exception of like one little area of it. But the backgrounds still look great. The trees still look good. The FMVs might be a little, choppy. But on a computer screen, this looks great. On an OLED TV, not so much. You can hear the sound of a waterfall in the distance. So this area specifically, in Resident Evil 0, I was doing this as Billy, right? Got over here, frog jumps out right over there, comes out, licks Billy's leg, and swallows him whole. Like pulls it in, swallows him whole. That's what happened. Actually, I want to take a look at that real quick. Yeah, so see, like I'm looking at the computer screen right now. This looks fine. On OLED TV, not so good. I thought there were snakes there. There's crows here, though. A raging waterfall. It looks like there's something beyond it. Okay. Nope. I understand. I'm sorry. So many herbs I'm just leaving behind. Oh yeah, the snakes. I forgot about the snakes. This is a great angle. So, one thing I didn't appreciate about the remaster of this game, as opposed to the original one on the GameCube, for some reason, this music right here, the tempo was sped up. It was far creepier when it was a slower tempo, and I don't know why they sped up the tempo on the remastered. But look, all the blue herbs that you said I should never use. It's locked. The door plate reads 001. This there. I'm like stretching my legs as I'm playing. I don't think I need the crank for now. I think we're good. Whoops, don't need to do that either. Actually, I don't need the magnum. That's definitely something I do not need. Now, there was a reason why I'm pushing this over here. It's because there's holes on the ground. I initially did it when I first played this game because I was like, oh, there's holes on the ground. Maybe I should just like use this to go over. I didn't think you could actually walk across the holes, but you have a little surprise when you walk across the holes. So, yeah, I'm not going to demonstrate that right now. But there is a little surprise, which is funny. Newspapers are scattered about. They all seem to contain articles about stars. It's locked. The door plate reads gallery.
No, that wasn't part of our deal. But it's not necessary to destroy stars. What about my family? If I play my cards right.
So the actress' name is Julia Voth. That was the facial model for Jill in this game. Love her. She's now a realtor in the LA area. But she's so fantastic. She's a lovely woman that I got to meet.
Jill.
Barry, I heard someone talking.
Oh, heard. I think age is starting to take its toll. Talking to myself is becoming a bad habit.
Talking to yourself? You all right? What's gotten into you?
I'm getting you worried, aren't I? But don't, I'm alright. I guess this creepy mansion has gotten to my nerves. Anyway, I think I'll go outside, get some fresh air for a change. Don't worry. I'm just going to get some fresh air. If I'm lucky, I'll get to waste some monsters along the way.
Not suspicious at all. Plant 42 report. 4 days have passed since the incident. The plant at point 42 is growing at an amazing rate. Although there are many unknown aspects about this plant, we know that in comparison with the other group of plants, the T virus has had a substantially stronger effect on this one. The T virus has drastically morphed its host anatomy as well as its size. Looking at its current state, it's difficult to imagine its original appearance. Nowhere on Earth will you find anything like it. We've also found that Plant 42 has two main sources of acquiring its necessary nutrients. One source is through its roots. Somehow, it has rooted itself down into the basement. Immediately after the accident, a scientist went mad and destroyed the aqua ring. Ever since, the basement has been like a pool. There is a high possibility that it's one of the chemicals in the water that's promoting the Plant 42's rapid growth. However, we have yet to determine which specific chemical. A bulb-like body of Plant 42 has been sighted hanging from the ceiling of the first floor. We are sure that it used the air ducts to reach the first floor. Numerous long tentacle-like vines are protruding from the bulb. My God, English is getting worse. You can tell I'm getting sleepy. We believe the vines are the second means of acquiring its nutrients. When Plant 42 senses prey, it uses the tentacle-like vines to capture its prey. After doing so, the suckers on the vine drain the prey of its blood. We've also noticed that it has some intelligence. When it captures its prey or when it's inactive, the vines twine around the door to stop possible intruders. Unfortunately, several of our scientists have already fallen victim to this Plant 42. When we heard the stories from the survivors, they all observed one thing in common. When the uniform petal-like flaps open and reveal its vital internals, it has a tendency to become more aggressive. One witness reported that it was as if it was trying to protect itself. Why it behaves the way it does is still unknown. May 21st, 1998, Henry Sarton. An old newspaper or magazines lie on top of the bed. Someone appears to have vomited blood on some of the newspapers. Ew. Alright. Do I want to do that right now? I don't remember if there was a save thing down there. There's a ladder down here. Climb down? Yes. See, the fog here in the mist, it still looks good here. But in that one area, that's what I'm saying. In some areas, it just doesn't. In some areas, it works well. Here, it works fantastically well. And the music, the atmosphere. So this is where like I get into disagreements with people who say Resident Evil is not scary at all. And I'm like, have you ever played any? And they're like, played, Resident Evil 6. I'm like, that wasn't Resident Evil. Like, it's all about atmosphere. And then people say like, oh, well, Silent Hill is better. I'm like, Silent Hill has atmosphere. It creeps you out because of atmosphere. And that's what the original Resident Evils were. They were atmosphere. They scared you with the unknown. Yes, it wasn't psychological because these are quote-unquote real enemies you're dealing with. But the atmosphere of unknowing of what you do not know what's going to happen around the next corner, and then you hear things, really, really hypes up that fear factor. Never knowing what's behind each door was also a thing. Yeah, we're gonna take the green herb. All right, this area is what really creeped me out when I first played this. The fact when you got thigh deep and the controller started rumbling, you knew you were in trouble. Thigh deep, then waist deep, and then this. Oh man, I hope I don't die. Get away, get away. And then this whole time you're thinking like, oh, this isn't too bad. There's just 2 sharks. And then you see what's underneath the water. That big ass shadow down there. And then you're like, oh, this is more than just that. That's a shark. Alright, it's locked. The word power room is written. Oh shit, I fucked up. Oh shit, I fucked up. Well then, I might die here, guys. And that's okay. Because, yeah, I fucked up. Well, it was nice knowing you guys. I might die here. Holy shit! Okay. I didn't die. Ah. What? Damn. Damn. Yeah, I needed to do. Alright. Well, oh, excuse me. That's going to conclude today's little session, guys. We are done for said night. I do want to thank everybody that came out here. Whether you were lurking, whether you were interacting, I enjoy every single one of you. Thank you again for the follow. Age, Veteran, Rebel, thank you for coming back again for more Resident Evil action. And of course, Genobi for just being here. Love you, man. You're amazing. We will, depending on what the schedule's like again next week, we will be back for more Resident Evil on Monday. Wait, did I save? Mother flipper! Oh, dude, I messed up, didn't I? It's okay. It wasn't that far. It wasn't that bad. I think we could. Yeah, it's fine. So what we're gonna do is Monday we're gonna come back. We're gonna continue on with the story because I don't know when my interview is gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be Monday because they would have gotten back to me today if it was gonna be Monday. But if there is any change to the schedule next week, I will let you know via Blue Sky, which again directly goes to my Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, you're always more than welcome. I'm not forcing you. You don't have to, but it always is the best place to be if you want to stay up to date on what is going on with the channel. Right now, we are going to raid somebody. I don't know who just yet, but we are going to raid somebody. Um, let's see. Let's see. Who are we raiding? What do y'all think? Should we raid somebody that is streaming Resident Evil, or should I just raid somebody that I am more familiar with and that I know? What do y'all feel? Because I'm trying to take a look here to see who is playing something. Weird. Alright. Here we go. They're not streaming Resident Evil, but I do trust this streamer a lot. It looks like they're going to be playing Marvel Rivals, or they're getting ready and set to do Marvel Rivals. This is Ellie. Really wholesome streamer. I really do like their vibes a lot. I'm pretty sure they're going to treat you guys fairly well, just like anybody within their community. Remember, we will be back Monday for more Resident Evil, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, or roughly somewhere around there, maybe a little bit early, maybe a little bit later. I'm going to try to be there right on time. And of course, if you're watching this as the YouTube replay, or dang, I can't say that word. If you're watching this on a Red app and it's a replay, do not forget to check us out live here on the Purple app, so that way you can see what's happening live. Other than that, let's go say hello to our energetic favorite. Ellie is playing. I don't know what to talk about, but they're very energetic right now. And I will catch you guys later on Monday for more Rivals action. Not Rivals, more Resident Evil action. Sending you to some Rivals action right now, guys. That's what we're doing. Yeah, my words aren't wording. We'll catch y'all later. Thank you, everybody, for coming by tonight. I appreciate every single one of you. Peace out, everybody.